Greetings, my friends. I'm really sad. And I have been buying myself some more food. And I was busking today and I forgot. I didn't actually forget my batteries. I had, I think, around 23 batteries fully charged, I thought. And for this one machine, none of the batteries was working. And even just going to that busking place really stressed me out. I feel like, the part of me that is actually singing really shuts down upon exposure of all these very male environment here in London, and everyone was on their foot, on their feet, and probably already doing Christmas shopping. I mean, and it was too much. I just felt I was longing so much to be somewhere in nature and to be with animals and in the sun, and then I kind of like really was. I mean, I played basically, I think, for 15 minutes. And I was again setting myself up somewhere. It was very loud. There were a lot of vans, and it was actually like a farmer's market that was about to close. So it was all like, Mona, what are you doing? Like, this is kind of like really self-sabotage. This is not gonna be leading anywhere. Why are you not positioning yourself somewhere where actually people can hear you, where people even are actually passing by? Yeah, and then I realized that I'm really actually avoiding exposure and that I'm doing this for 500 years. So this kind of thought carousel started to turn on me. I will never change, and this pattern is always going to keep spinning, and I'm always going to be like that, and rah, 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 rah. Well, I mean, I managed to actually buy some actual new batteries, and I book it down now as a practice. And I think what's in a way like the most tricky for me right now is that I miss this man that I love so much, and there is in many ways nothing what I can do but surrender to the fact that he is where he is, and that where he is not compatible with where I am, and that therefore the block that I put kind of into the communication might actually like suit me well. I just I find it really interesting to see how much I still am in denial about all these like emotional journeys, that I'm scared of feeling so much. I'm scared of giving so much of my who I am in a way, and the amount of happiness that I'm allowing in, that it's kind of depending on his presence in my life, which is something I would have condemned until recently in everyone bringing it to my awareness as total and utter nonsense and weakness and God knows what. And this is my reality right now, that I find it difficult to let the illusion of what I was essentially loving, to let it go. because I think it's a very common pitfall. Women in particular seem to fall into that as soon as they sleep with a man. They fall in love with their potential. And then it's one thing to have all that potential and another thing to actually actualize it. And so I think my challenge now is to actually seems to be still to throw the I love you on the part that is so sad, and that feels like we've never really had a chance to commit to that dream life that we could actually both create with each other, and that is also sad. But in the long run, or like I think there's something is just very familiar from how I felt as a child. Never really, like, always in a way being so particular and quite sure of what I wanted, and then I couldn't have it, and it was almost like people around me would go out of their way to make sure that I'm not gonna get what makes me happy. And I think I'm just gonna keep saying to that little girl that is so sad, I love you, Mona. I love you. I love you. I love you. And tomorrow you're gonna go basking again, and you're gonna have these batteries, and you're gonna make sure that you're gonna have a good time without putting too much pressure on yourself, because this is all a process.